Hello folks, I'm Dean with Dean's Woodworking. Welcome to the shop. Y'all come on in and make yourself comfortable. We're going to make a couple of ornaments. Simple little ornaments. They're great skill builders. Let me give you an idea of what we're doing. Okay, they're not difficult. They're repeatable, and I'll show you how. Now I said I would show you how to make this repeatable, so I want to make sure that we do that. This is what I call a storyboard. Okay, with our storyboard here, this is the end. You can see I've marked here and here. This will be a bead. This will be the big bead. Another bead, and this is our little bulb at the bottom. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is our bead here. This is our bead here. And this is our bead up here. This is our little bulb at the bottom. So this down here we know needs to go down to 3/4 of an inch. And we've got that at 3/4 of an inch, so we're right there. And I'm going to back up just a little bit because I got ahead of myself just a little bit. And here we're going to do our parting cut. We're going to go down to a 1/2 inch on that one. This one goes down to 5/8. And this one here goes down to a 1/2 inch. Now let's see how close to those measurements we got. First thing we're going to do is we're going to set our caliber to 5/8. Right there. I believe we hit that right on the button. A lot of luck involved there, guys. Don't believe I do that every time. I promise you I don't. I've done several of these right in a row. The more you do, the easier it gets to hit that every time. Again, I got lucky, 1/2 inch, 5/8, 1/2 inch. We're going to take this down to 3/4, and we already accomplished that there. So now all we have to do is basically follow that back. We're at 3/4 there. This one goes down to 1 1/8 inches. And on my storyboard, you'll notice I drilled some holes over here. This one's 1 1/8 inches with a Forstner bit. As you can see, it doesn't go on there yet. So we'll come about halfway and real close. That should be just about right, and it is. We're ready to start shaping. I'm going to take and just roll this bead over right there. We just want to take this down. And as we take it down, we'll kind of roll it over, kind of like a light bulb. Then here on these, I recommend going in the middle and making a mark. Probably a better tool for most of you to make these beads is going to be the spindle gouge. I'm going to take the corner off, and remember, when we do that, we are cutting, we're lifting the handle, and we're swinging our body around. Again, lifting the handle and swinging our body. Each time we're going to come a little bit closer to that center line and go a little bit closer to our shaft down there. If we have just a little bit of a peak there, like we do right there, don't worry about it. By the time you hit that with a sandpaper, it is going to be done. Okay, so let's repeat that process. Mark in the middle. Actually, let's go ahead and do this. Let's divide those marks in half. Now, why did I do that? Halfway between that mark, I'm going to come around and I'm going to make a cut. That was halfway between the mark and the edge. Now that I did that, I'm going to come back to that mark, and again I'm going to swing that around. Now I'm going to come back halfway between my last cut. And notice on that one, I was all the way down to the shaft. I may not have room on this side. Let me see if we can make it happen. I'm running into this. Let's go ahead and take that corner off. And just so I can get in there, I'm going to go ahead and come in with the Q-chisel, just because that's a little tight there. And at this point, I'm just trying to balance this off so it's somewhat even top and bottom, and that's pretty close enough for us anyway. Again, we're going to make us a mark in what would be the middle. But now we need to come in here, and this is the tip of the top, so we're going to come into a 1/2 inch. Sometimes I will actually make this top one more like a 3/8. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. Remember, we've got the chamfer on that side. Come in and make one on that side. We're getting ahead of ourselves again, guys. Remember, we need to bring this one down to 1.25 inches. To show you guys what I'm talking about here, we got 1.25 inches, and we're not there yet. And looks like we're pretty close. Make our mark in the middle. Take our 3/8 spindle gouge, chamfer that, come back, and all we're doing is making small cuts in each one, progressively getting rounder. So again, only because I'm a little better with a skew than I am with that spindle gouge. And I want this one up top to look just right. Folks, it's that quick to make an ornament. We've got a little crack in that one. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this to show you guys exactly what we do. I don't know if I told y'all, but I am making these out of scrap wood. We're going to hit this real quick with some 180. I'm going to go ahead and turn the vacuum on, guys. I don't want to eat any more of this dust than I have to, and even though I'm wearing a respirator, it'll still be in the air when I take it off. One thing in your shop, protect yourself, your lungs the best you can. Okay, so that's the 180. We'll hit it with 220 just real quick. Guys, this doesn't need much sanding. When you're using that skew and a good sharp spindle gouge like that, it's amazing how smooth it is right off the tool. I'm going to hit with 320 now. Just one other tip, guys, when you see dust flying like that, now I don't know how much of it y'all can see in the video, but there's a steady stream going towards that dust collector. And that's the 320 right there. Let's take a look at it. Guys, I dare say that would work right there if we just stopped there. I'm going to go ahead and go to 400. just want y'all to see once I hit it with the cloth and knock the dust off of it. That is pretty slick. Let's go ahead and hit it with a 400 real quick. You notice even at 400, dust coming off of it. We're going to call that done. We're going to hit it with the cloth for just a second. And we are going to grab one of these markers. You know, let's do a yellow one. Now when I use these markers, we're going to slow the lathe down a little bit. This one we're going with yellow. We're not in a great big hurry to get this done. So what we'll do with the lathe going slower is we'll just walk this marker around. Now we'll tell you guys, when I'm doing a production run of these and not just one or two out here for a video, I will set up a color in my airbrush and it goes a whole lot faster. I know not everybody has an airbrush. Not everybody wants an airbrush. I can certainly respect that. You can take a marker. These happen to be alcohol dyes in these markers, and they are the same as what I use on my in my airbrush. I see just a little bit of a problem here, and I don't normally see it. That was just a little bit further than what my felt tip would reach, and you'll notice I just grabbed a pair of pliers and pulled it out just a little bit. So if you didn't know you could do that, that doesn't mean you get crazy with pulling it out, but it does mean you can do it. This one will most likely end up being on my personal tree. Why? Like I said, it has a crack. Take a look right here and you can see that crack in the wood. I did not see that or know that we had that until I had it formed. So why not? This far, we're going to finish it. These are alcohol-based dyes in these, so it takes very few minutes for them to finish. Let me show you what they are. Again, this company does not sponsor me. I get no money, get no product from them. Chromacraft wood dye by the Nick Agar Signature Series. You can order those through Spiracraft, I believe, sells them. I'm not sure if Craft Supplies, I think, also sells them. I'd have to check on that, but they are available. The nice thing about that is they also come in a bottle form. So you can use the same dye in your airbrush that you use on the marker. That really comes in handy in the next step, and I'll show you right now. We're going to go ahead and part this off. Okay, so we're going to use our ultra fine parting tool we made from a steak knife. We're going to come in and we're just going to make a cut there. And once we've made that cut, we're going to come in with our spindle gouge and we're just going to chamfer that over just a little bit. We don't want just a big old flat cut up. Now we'll go ahead and take this off. You see how quick and easy that comes off. Okay, just to show you guys how easy it is to take this tip off, we're just going to take some of this 220, lay it on our storyboard, do a kind of like a figure eight there just a couple of times, and that is done. We'll now grab our marker again, and the nice thing is if we had done this with our airbrush, we could now come in and take our marker and match our dye on here. As it is, since we use the marker, it does match anyway, but that's one of the benefits of having markers that have the same dye as your airbrush. Okay guys, finished ornament. All we got to do is drill a hole and put a hanger in it, and we're ready to go. Let me talk to you about this storyboard real quick. If you look at this is our bulb down here, 1 3/4 inches. Yeah, I may be telling you guys a story. Let's put the measuring device on it. The bulb's 1 3/4 inches. These are 1/8 inch parting tool cut. So as we cut into that, I'll just lay this right here and hopefully you guys can see that. We take it down to 1/2 inch here, 5/8 here, and 1/2 inch here. We've got a 1 1/8 inch bead here, a 2 inch bead because that's the size of the wood here, 1 1/4 inch bead here, and we take this down to, it's a 1/2 inch long. I normally take it down to about 3/8. Once you've done that, it's just curving the bead over. and you have an ornament. Folks, these are easy to make. They're great sellers. Folks will absolutely love them, whether it's your family, your friends, or your customers. They're great skill builders. They keep you in practice. You make a bunch of these, I guarantee you, you won't have them the 1st of January. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Click that notification bell so you get notified of the releases when I release a new video. And look in the description. Those links are there to help you. They also help the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy turning.